All right, so are you ready to peek into the future? We're going to be talking about web design trends, but not just what's hot right now. We're going deeper. We're going to look at 2025 and what websites will actually feel like then. It's not just about looks. It's about how tech, culture, all that stuff is changing how we interact online.
Yeah, it's interesting, design is like a snapshot of where we are as a society. You can really see what people want, what they're thinking about, all reflected in design choices.
And the source for this deep dive is a blog post, actually. It's by Tiny Coast Digital. They're Squarespace designers. They published this on October 11th, so it's super recent. And they've got 8 big trends they're predicting. I want to give you a quick preview, almost like a trailer to get us hyped. We've got immersive video, scrollytelling,
Ooh, I love that one.
right? And then tactile experiences, sustainability tech blend, retro modern. Kind of sounds like a cool band name, doesn't it?
It does.
AI-driven design, that's the one everyone's talking about. 35mm photography, making a comeback, apparently, and hand-drawn illustrations.
I can already see how these are going to play off each other. That pull between like super high tech and then craving something more human, like
Yeah.
wanting the past and the future all at once.
Exactly. Okay, so let's dive into the first one. Immersive video. Tiny Coast uses this example. Thermal, it's a surf travel website. So imagine you land on their page and bam, there's this huge video, full screen, of waves crashing, surfers, crystal clear water, the whole thing.
Oh, I bet it just pulls you right in.
Yeah.
Makes you feel like you're practically there.
Oh, absolutely. Way better than just a static photo of a beach. And what's interesting? It's getting so much easier for anyone to make these kind of videos. Tiny Coast talks about Veed.io, Canva, Descript. Even smaller businesses can create professional looking stuff now.
I think that's key, right?
Yeah.
Because, video grabs your attention. There's so much information packed in, even in just a few seconds of video.
Mm.
And emotionally, it's way more powerful.
Yeah, totally. Imagine product demos where you can really see it from all sides, or behind the scenes at a company.
Oh, or customer testimonials, but like way more real, not just some cheesy stage thing.
Exactly, yeah. And even tutorials, right? Which is perfect for anyone listening who's into learning new stuff, always trying to level up their skills.
Oh, absolutely. Video's changing the game for online learning, that's for sure.
Okay, trend number 2. This one's clever, I gotta say. Scrollytelling.
Yeah.
Feels like a direct response to all the information overload out there, wouldn't you say?
Oh, for sure. When
Yeah.
AI can pump out content like crazy, a well-crafted story, like a really good scrollytelling experience, that's what stands out. It takes you on a journey. It makes the info stick.
I love the example Tiny Coast gives. It's a HPQ Frankfurt, their website. You scroll and it's this timeline. Their whole company's story unfolds. They even do that cool parallax thing where the background moves at a different speed.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. That's perfect for certain industries.
Yeah.
Real estate, luxury brands where you got to build up that anticipation, show the value over time.
Totally. Imagine if those long research papers or reports were done like this. So much more fun to actually read through them.
It's already happening.
Wow.
I've seen it in those online fundraising campaigns or public health messages. Stuff that needs to grab you. A&D explain something complex.
Okay, ready for this? Trend number 3 is going to get a little wild. Tiny Coast calls it tactile digital experiences. Websites you can almost touch.
Now that sounds intriguing, but honestly, it makes sense, right? We're always on screens, but we still crave that, physical feeling.
Everyone loves those, I don't know, satisfying clicks or those little haptic feedback buzzes, right?
Exactly. So designers are adding textures, 3D stuff, little micro interactions to make it feel more, I don't know, real.
They give some crazy examples. There's one of this. They've got these squishy shapes that react to your cursor and human with balloon animals, liquid textures. You just want to poke the screen.
Oh, I got to check that one out. It's about that playfulness, right?
Yeah.
Making it feel less digital and more, I don't know, alive.
Trend number 4 feels very right now. Sustainability meets tech. It's not just design, it's a whole mood.
Totally. People want tech that's innovative but also responsible. So we're seeing these color palettes that reflect that. Lots of earthy tones, greens, browns, but with pops of neon colors.
Tiny Coast uses green bioactives and Wedgetail VC as examples. Really interesting combo, nature meets future.
It's that contrast, right? Grounded, but still forward-thinking. And you know who loves this? Gen Z green is huge for them. The contrasting colors, it all speaks to their values.
It's these bigger cultural trends are filtering into how websites look and feel. It's
Yeah.
not just about aesthetics anymore.
There's a message there for sure. And as people care more and more about sustainability, I think it'll only get more sophisticated how it's shown online.
Okay, Time for a little blast from the past. Trend number 5 is nostalgia with a twist. Retro's back, baby.
Uh-huh. Yep. But it's not just straight up copying the past. It's retro with like a modern edge.
Hmm.
Think vintage typography, but with a website that feels fresh and current. It's a balance.
The examples are perfect. Family Supper Club, they use retro fonts, a warm color palette, but the site itself feels very now. And then Eastside Paddle Club, they've got these vintage illustrations, cool fonts, but the layout is totally modern.
I think it speaks to that craving for authenticity.
Yeah.
You know, in this super digital world, people want something that feels real, handcrafted.
Yeah, like back when things weren't so mass-produced. Trend number 6, AI-driven design. This is the one everyone's kind of freaking out about, right?
For good reason. We're not just talking about AI helping us design faster. It's about AI being involved in the whole process, like the planning, the strategy, everything.
We're already seeing it. Canva and Figma are adding AI features. There's Cove AI for research and content. My Mind uses AI to organize visuals. It's crazy how fast it's all happening.
It's exciting, but yeah, a little unnerving too, right? Like, will AI eventually design entire websites for us? Where does that leave human creativity?
Exactly. Will we just be like curating algorithms? It's a lot to think about.
And not just the tech itself, right? The ethics of it all, potential bias, making sure it's accessible to everyone is a whole other conversation.
Right. Huge point. Okay, this one surprised me. Trend number 7, the resurgence of 35mm photography. I thought film was dead, but it's like this cool kind of gritty aesthetic that's coming back.
It's interesting, right? With AI making perfect images so easy, people are craving authenticity, something that feels real. Film has that, with the grain, the imperfections. Each photo is unique.
Tiny Coast even mentions TikTok as part of the reason. Younger folks love that look, rejecting the like super polished AI-generated stuff.
And brands are picking up on that, using film to say, hey, we're authentic, we're about quality, not just mass production.
So we're seeing this mix of modern design with these like grainy, imperfect photos. Kind of cool, actually.
It's like a visual reminder that we need balance.
Yeah.
Tech is cool, but we don't want to lose that human touch entirely.
Last but not least, trend number 8 is playful hand-drawn illustrations. This one just makes me happy. Feels like everyone's craving a little more warmth online.
Totally. It's about bringing personality into these digital spaces, making them feel less sterile. Illustrations do that, especially hand-drawn ones. They're warm, funny, inviting.
So there you have it, 8 trends that give us a glimpse of where web design is heading.